Hi, I'm Alon Wardell. I am an emergency medicine physician here in New York City, Manhattan, and I'm also the medical director at K-Health. Abdominal pain in women and what it means. There's a short answer. It could mean almost anything. And now the question becomes, how do you think your way through this? And what are you feeling and how to weigh each and every symptom? So generally, a good way to kind of break this down is whether this is digestive or not. And so you have most of your abdomen is filled with your small intestine, your large intestine. And problems there normally involve other digestive things: nausea, vomiting, diarrhea. And you can everyone's experienced it many times over from food or from infections. And that's usually a cramping pain that's everywhere in your gut. And it's hard to put a finger on where exactly it hurts. It just feels unwell, it cramps, you vomit, you have diarrhea, and then the kind of pain subsides. And then this cycle kind of continues until the process passes. That's one kind of pain. That's the digestive pain we've all had. The second pain that's a bit more concerning is pain that's not associated with any of those things. It has maybe nausea, but you're not really vomiting, you're not having diarrhea, and you can kind of tell where it is. It's sitting in this part of my abdomen. I can put a finger and it's right there. That's generally more concerning. Things like appendicitis and problems with your gallbladder, that's how they tend to develop. They might be at first vague, but then they kind of hone in on this one part of your abdomen that's hurting you. Specifically for women's health, the question is this coming from your ovaries or your uterus or not? The best way to kind of think about it is your reproductive organs, the organs that you have that are specific to women, all live in your pelvis. And your pelvis is a bowl, and it's the bottom part of your abdomen and it forms a bowl. And it starts here in your hip. So if you put your hand on your hip, kind of where your hand naturally rests on your hip, it's a bone. You feel a bone there. That is the top of your pelvis. It's the top of the bowl. Anything below that, your hip, below that bone, make it more concerning for an ovary or a uterus, your cervix, your vagina. Anything above that bone is more concerning for something along the lines of a digestive, an appendix, a gallbladder, something along those lines. So you should seek medical attention if the pain is severe, unlike anything you felt, if it's persistent and not going away, and those two not necessarily live together. They could be very severe pain that kind of goes and comes back, or pain that's not going away, or pain with fever, pain with vaginal discharge, pain with extreme nausea, extreme vomiting. That combination lends itself to getting checked out sooner rather than later. And if you're not sure, and if you don't know, and if you're trying to figure out what you're feeling, you can download K, put in your symptoms, and find out how people like you were treated, what the next steps were, and you can talk to a doctor, all with the press of a button.